Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria, and I am super excited today. Finally received a Kickstarter that ordered a few months ago now, I think probably about 3 months ago. This is the Graveyard Bar Tarot. So right in time for Halloween season. It's a little bit ghoulish, a little bit goblinish, but it's kind of cool. And it just kind of called to me. So anyway, it has arrived today, and so we're going to unbox this thing. Let's get into it and see what we've got. I've pre-cut open this so I don't have to use scissors. And I honestly don't remember what I ordered with it. I'm pretty sure there's 2 tarot decks in here because they had another one that really caught my attention as well. But we're going to focus on the Graveyard Bar Tarot today. So let's have a look in here. And okay, so to start off with, we've got a cool pin, cool little pin in there, kind of, a little spooky for Halloween. That's pretty awesome. Put that to the side. Okay, and I do have 2 decks in here. So this is the extra deck that I bought, the Tarot of Theta Dreams. And again, I thought that was pretty cool. So I'll unbox this one in another video, but that was also through their Kickstarter. So anyway, and we have the Graveyard Bar Tarot. Now let me just make sure I don't, I do have other things in there. So let me see. Let me just put that paper away for my cats to play with. And ooh, we got goodies. Ooh, fun. Okay, let's see. Let's get rid of the box. All right, there we go. And I'm sure a cat will climb into the box as well. Oh, cool. We've got coasters. So we've got our little skeleton goblin thing on there. I think he's the bartender. Anyways, drink responsibly, and the Graveyard Bar. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 coasters. So pretty handy dandy. And I'll actually just use one right now since it is 5 o'clock in the morning and I have a cup of coffee right beside me. So we've got a couple of, looks like stickers. So we've got drink responsibly. So always a good message. And we've got the bar is open. Now let's see what else we've got here. Ooh, we've got like a postcardy thing. And there's all of our skeletons, all of our little haunted people there that are sitting there and drinking some spirits. Spirits drinking spirits around the bar. There we go. That's actually kind of a cool picture. So like I said, this is coming in here right in time for Halloween. Postcards, swing by and connect with fellow fans of the Graveyard Bar. Share your epic experience in making ghostly cocktails and be the first to hear about new updates and events. We can't wait to see you there. And then they have a Facebook site on there. And we've got this, what is this? Another sticker and Ethereal Elixir. Since before, what does this say? Since before the oldest grave had its first resident. Okay. And time was gravely young. I think that's what it says. No, it's kind of hard to read. But yeah, so just anyways, kind of a cool little sticker on there. So we'll just put these to the side because let's face it, that's not why we're here. We are here to open this deck. So we've got our little bubble wrap on there. Very happy that everything came in one piece. You just never know with the post. These came from Australia. And I will say they actually arrived here very quickly. Sometimes you get like a shipping notification and then it's like a month later, you're still waiting for the thing. Anyways, so there is the box with the Graveyard Bar Tarot by Roxana Paul. And there is our token bartender. And let's see. So the back says, step into the shadowy glow of the Graveyard Bar Tarot deck, where the enigmatic Baron Samedi reigns as your spectral bartender. Dressed in his signature top hat with a sly grin and a knowing wink, Baron Samedi serves not just cocktails, but insights into the mysteries of life and death itself. Each of the 78 cards in this deck captures the essence of the Baron's domain, a mix of revelry, wisdom, and spirits, both ethereal and liquid. Whether you seek answers, inspiration, or an otherworldly recipe, This deck invites you to join the Baron in a celebration of mortality with a side of laughter and indulgence. With Baron Samedi as your guide, every reading becomes an intoxicating adventure into the unknown. Ooh, awesome. Okay, let's crack this sucker open. I'm just going to get my little Sharpie out here. And let me see, where can I do this so I don't break or don't scratch or damage anything. There we go. That should do. Voila. Ooh, beautiful. Okay, there we go. So we do have a nice hard shell box. And my understanding is that there's a magnetic closure. And yes, there is. Boom. Right there. There we go. Lovely. Always nice high quality. And oh, there we go. Fresh out of there. So the graveyard bar is, of course, open. So here's our cards. Ooh, very nice. All right, I'm just going to take the little cover off of there. All right. And so, yeah, so there's our box. So magnetic closure, pretty sturdy. And let's get right into these. So pretty standard tarot size. All right. There's the back of them. So we've got little ghosts having margaritas. All right, so they look like they're having a good time. So right off the bat, the only thing that I do see about this is probably not going to be a deck where I'm going to use reversals. Only because, number one, both the ghosts are facing the same way. And of course, we've got the writing on there as well. So as you know, when I do use reversals in a deck, I do like to not know from the back of them which ones are reversals, but also on the card itself. Ooh, look at the Fool. Oh, he's fun. Look at him. Anyway, but I think on here, because there are, I don't think it's on every card, but there are like recipes for drinks on each card. So anyway, so again, I don't think it's going to be something that's necessarily going to be used with reversals, but anyway, so there you go. So pretty standard tarot deck size here. And we do actually have a gilded edge on it, but it is black. So just a little bit of protection on there. So it is just a plain black. The cardstock is pretty decent, actually. So pretty firm, pretty good, but still with a little bit of a bend in it. So, you know, so this should, in theory, last for quite some time and not be too crazy on there. So it's pretty decent cardstock there with the cards themselves. It's pretty much just a matte finish. There isn't really much of a glare on there at all. So that's nice. They should, in theory, shuffle quite nicely. And let me see, will they fan? I don't think they're going to fan really all that well. And they're not. So anyway, so there we go. And I think I see how some of the other ones work there. But let's just get right into these. Now, okay, how is that working? All right, so the back there, these ones here, this is number 78, and that's the King of Wands. So if I look at the front, I've actually got the Magician here, and I've got the Magician and the Fool right there. So I don't know if these are maybe extra cards in the deck, if they're just repeated or what. But the Magician and the Fool sitting right there. Those really do look quite cool. And there's nothing else on those ones. But then here I've got the Magician again. So maybe I do have an extra card. Interesting. Anyway, so here is the Magician, and it's got the Magician's Elixir on it. Manifestation, resourcefulness, and untapped potential. And then it's got, so this is really something very unique and very interesting that is part of this deck, right? So each one has like a little bit of a cocktail on there, whether you're a heavy drinker or not. I'm not, but I do make drinks for other people, so it's always quite cool to have something interesting. This cocktail invites you to channel your inner magic, telling you that you hold all the tools you need to create something extraordinary. With every sip, you're encouraged to set intentions for transformation and believe in the power of your own abilities. And then on the back, It's got the ingredients and instructions on how to make the drink that you see right there. It looks really quite refreshing, actually. And this, it's got 2 ounces of botanical gin, 1 ounce of elderflower liqueur, 3/4 ounce of lemon juice, 1/2 ounce lavender simple syrup made with dried culinary lavender and sugar. That's pretty easy. A splash of sparkling water, a pinch of edible purple glitter from a magical shimmer, and a garnish fresh rosemary sprig and a thin lemon wheel. And then it's got the instructions on how to make that. So I think basically the intent behind this is if you pulled out a daily card, then, you could certainly mix up a little bit of a cocktail. And as you're mixing your cocktail that goes with this card, you would be setting intentions with that cocktail, and then you drink your potion, right? So really quite cool. Some people make magical oils and things like that. And so, yeah, so this is just kind of another way. If you know anyone that does any like kitchen magic or anything like that, this is kind of like that same kind of thing, right? So we infuse a little bit of magic. But I'm just going to zoom in the camera a little bit so that you guys can see this a little bit better. I'm not going to read, obviously, every single card, but we're just going to kind of flip through and see what they're all about. So hold on one sec. All right, so we've already done the Magician. We've got the High Priestess, Moonlight Martini, Mystery and Intuition. We've got the Empress with a rosy glow, abundance, love, and nurturing power. The Emperor, the Emperor's crown, authority, structure, and stability. I bet you there's Crown Royal in that one. Nope. We've got the Hierophant, wisdom, whiskey sour, tradition, and bold creativity. The Lover's Potion, harmony, unity, and heartfelt connections. This one might be interesting to read. Sharing this drink with someone special at your Halloween gathering is said to strengthen bonds and open paths and to deeper affection. The floral notes of rose and elderflower mixed with the boldness of pomegranate mirror the balance of duality, perfect for this romantic and enchanting cocktail. And then we've got we've got pomegranate juice, gin, rose water, elderflower, lime, honey, rosemary, and edible rose petals. So something nice there to manifest some love into your life. We've got the Chariot with a victory mule, control and confidence. Strength smash, inner resilience and calm determination. Got the Hermit, that's a pretty cool looking drink. The Hermit's Lantern Lemonade, introspection and inner guidance. The Wheel of Fortune Sangria. I could get on board with that. Cycles, change, and abundance. Each sip invites you to consider the shifting paths of destiny and the fortunes that await. The meld of vibrant fruits and grounding spices bridge the sweetness and complexity of life's high and lows. Justice's Balance Spritz, harmony and fairness. That looks like it's quite refreshing. The Hanged Man's Reverie, surrender and reflection. Death, we've got the Black Widow. There we go. Transformation and renewal. This cocktail symbolizes letting go of the old to make way for new opportunities. Sipping it during the Halloween night can serve as a ritual of self-reflection, encouraging you to release negativity and welcome fresh beginnings. And this one would have, there we go, black vodka. What in the world is black vodka? Anyway, black vodka, creme de cassis, fresh lime, sparkling blackberry soda, 1 teaspoon activated charcoal, food grade, optional for extra depth, fresh blackberries, a sprig of rosemary, and edible silver glitter, optional for magical shimmer. Very interesting. Temperance, harmony highball, balance, patience, and moderation. Looks like there's cucumbers in that one. Got the devil, the devil's inferno. Ooh. Indulgence and temptation. Don't have too many of those probably. The tower, we've got fiery storm, upheaval, and transformation. The star, starry night margarita, hope and guidance. Hey, this potion is inspired by the soft glow of stars leading travelers through the darkness. Sip this celestial cocktail to remind yourself of clarity amidst challenges and to reconnect with your inner light. It's perfect for setting positive intentions during your Halloween celebration. So the star, a few cards that I always look for when I'm looking at new decks is the death card, the devil card, and the star. I do look at some other cards as well, but those are my top three that I tend to look at. So anyways, this one looks really quite nice, and that is a margarita. We've got tequila, blue curacao, lime, agave syrup, edible glitter, rosemary, and sea salt. So it looks quite refreshing there as well. We've got the moon, the moon's mystic glow, intuition, mystery, and the magic of the unknown. The sun, the sun's golden sour, positivity and enlightenment. Judgment, judgment's call, martini, clarity, renewal, and transcendence. The world, worldly whiskey. Completion, unity, and fulfillment. And then we've got the Fool. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, we didn't have that at the very beginning. We had the two main cards. We had the Fool and this one, and we started with the Magician, so we didn't actually have the Fool there. So they actually give you a choice with how it's numbered here, either 0, which is quite traditional, or number 22, right after the World card. And it can actually go either way. So that could be actually part of this, right? You've got the Fool card maybe to use as 0, and then maybe this one to use as 22, which comes after the World, because of course we start the cycle again, right? Anyway, we've got the Fool's Fizz, spontaneity, and self-discovery. And there are a lot of recipes in here. So I like that they not only paid attention to all of the majors in here, but they've also taken extra time with the rest of the cards here as well. Sometimes you get, a really good job with the majors, and then the rest just turn into something generic. And that doesn't seem to be the case here. Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups Sparkler. Twin Flame Elixir with the Two of Cups. Three of Cups is the Harvest Moon Cooler. Ooh. Four of Cups, Cloudy Sour. Five of Cups, Bitter Remedy. Six of Cups, Nostalgia Nog. Seven of Cups, Dreamy Daiquiri. Dreams, illusions, and choices. Sip this cocktail to enhance your intuition and explore the many paths available to you. But beware of illusions that cloud clarity. It encourages you to trust your instincts while weighing options carefully. Perfect for the mystical energy of the Halloween night. Eight of Cups, Departure Daiquiri. Letting go and moving forward. Nine of Cups, always a good card to get, right? Wishful Sangria, fulfillment, contentment, and gratitude, right? We always like the Nine of Cups. The 10 of Cups, Blissful Punch, harmony, togetherness, and fulfillment. Great to have at your Halloween party. Rosewater Spritzer is the Page of Cups, love, creativity, and intuition. Our Knight of Cups has an Ocean Breeze Mojito, emotional balance, creativity, and following one's heart. The Queen of Cups are Serendipity Sip, compassion, emotional balance, and empathy. King of Cups are Masterful Mule, diplomacy, kindness, and reliability. Now we're going into the Pentacles. So we've got our Ace of Pentacles, Gold Rush, new beginnings, prosperity, and abundance. Drinking this cocktail during your Halloween festivities could signify an opportunity or moment of clarity that leads to growth and success. Sip it mindfully, and you just might discover a golden idea or resolution to carry forward. And what do we have in here? Bourbon, honey syrup, lemon juice, edible gold dust, thyme, a dash of cinnamon bitters, and ice cubes. Two of Pentacles, juggling julep, balance, adaptability, and harmony amidst chaos. The Three of Pentacles, collaboration cooler, teamwork and collective strength. Four of Pentacles, greedy old-fashioned, profit-oriented investments, and asset protection. I like that. Greedy old-fashioned, that's a good one. We have Five of Pentacles, frostbite fizz, hardship, but also resilience. Our Six of Pentacles, generosity gimlet, giving and receiving. I do like how all of these really do carry on the theme quite well. They all have this little bit of a spooky Halloween theme with them. Seven of Pentacles, harvest, sling, patience, reward, and reflection. Eight of Pentacles, crafty Collins, making a difference. Our Nine of Pentacles, also a very welcome card. Luxurious lemonade, luxury, self-sufficiently, and rewards, or self-sufficiency, thank you, and rewards of hard work. This cocktail reflects those traits with its opulent flavors and elegant presentation. Sipping it signifies taking pride in your achievements, indulging in rightful pleasures, and enjoying the fruits of your labor. Treat yourself like royalty and savor the moment. Ten of Pentacles, prosperity punch, culmination of hard work, generational wealth, and shared joy. Page of Pentacles, earthly tonic, curiosity, new opportunities, and grounded sense of growth. Knight of Pentacles, grounded sour, broadened possibilities. Queen of Pentacles, herbal harmony, abundance, security, and nurturing energy. King of Pentacles, regal Manhattan, wealth, stability, and grounded success. Ace of Swords, the clarity cooler. Ooh. Newfound clarity, insight, and a sharp, enlightened perspective. Sipping the clarity cooler is like cutting through the fog of confusion, finding your truth and feeling empowered to make bold choices. It's the perfect potion for decision-making or unveiling hidden truths during a night of mystical fun. What do we have in that one? We have gin, elderflower liqueur, fresh lime, white cranberry juice, rosemary simple syrup, a dash of edible glitter, ice cubes, and then we've got garnish on there as well. Two of Swords, decision daiquiri, crossroads, and choices. Three of Swords, heartbreak highball, strength from struggle. Four of Swords, restful rosemary tonic, rest, recovery, and renewal. Five of Swords, conflict cooler, between harmony and discord. Six of Swords, transition T to calmer waters. There we go. That one's a T. The Six of Swords indicates a passage, a movement towards calmer waters after a time of turmoil. Sipping on this aromatic herbal cocktail symbolizes clearing away past troubles and ushering in a phase of peace and clarity, reminding us that transitions often lead to growth and serenity. What do we have in our tea? We have Earl Grey infused gin. You can make that yourself. 1 ounce lavender honey syrup, lemon juice, cardamom bitters, chilled chamomile tea, rosemary, and edible purple glitter. If you're wondering where to find this edible glitter and things like that, you can usually just order them off of Amazon, and a little tiny bit goes a very long way, but you don't have to have them. 7 of Swords, we've got strategic spritz, strategy and cunning. 8 of Swords, trapped toddy, trapped by circumstances. Interesting. Having trouble escaping the constraints of your circumstances, the bold spice flavors of this warming toddy will awaken you to the fact that liberation begins by shifting your perspective. As a reminder, the rosemary garnish is trapped to show you that bindings are temporary and can be loosened at any time. 9 of Swords, the nightmare Negroni, late night anxieties. Oh, we've all been there, huh? Very interesting. I do say some of the names they've come up with, these are just really quite very fitting. 10 of Swords, dramatic daiquiri, transformation and ending. One chapter closes and another new one, and a new one begins. This cocktail captures that energy with its dark color symbolizing the end, while the refreshing and bold flavors represent resilience and the promise of renewal. Sip it and remember that though endings can be dramatic and decisive, they are the gateway to brighter beginnings. Here we go. Page of Swords, curious Cosmo, sharp intellect and desire for discovery. Knight of Swords, bold bourbon smash, decisive action and daring energy. Queen of Swords, sharp sangria, intellect, clarity, and independence. King of Swords, intellect, imbibe, intellect, wisdom, and clear decision making. Ace of Wands, the fiery fizz, inspiration, creativity, and new beginnings. This spicy and bold cocktail ignites fresh ideas and awakens the fiery drive to transform visions into reality. Sipping this potion invites you to tap into your inner reserves of confidence and energy. Take a leap into something adventurous and exciting. It's a fiery toast to potential and passion. 2 of Wands, ambition aperitivo, ambition and the courage to step into the unknown. There are 2 candles on there, right? 2 wands. Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, look at that. Oh, no, that also has 2. Okay, there we go. That theory goes out the window. Anyway, 3 of Wands. We've got 3 candles. Explorer's elixir, new adventures and expanding horizons. 4 of Wands, celebration cooler, harmony, celebration, and joy of shared achievements. 5 of Wands, playful punch, spirited competition, creative energy, and lively interactions. 6 of Wands, victory vesper, victory, recognition, and success with its glowing appearance and celebratory elderflower notes. This enchanted cocktail reflects achievement, reward, and recognition. Sip the victory vesper to celebrate your wins, no matter how big or small, and believe in your power to shine brightly. 7 of Wands, resilience rum runner, defending and standing firm. Electric elderflower spritz, swift action, movement, and energy. That is our 8 of Wands. 9 of Wands, courageous cooler, resilience, bravery, and standing strong. Ten of Wands, burdened bourbon. Burdens and responsibilities, but also the strength to carry them. Our Page of Wands, adventurous amaretto. Adventure, curiosity, and bold pursuits. Our Knight of Wands, bold berry smash. Energy, adventure, and impulse to take charge. Queen of Wands, radiant rum punch. Confidence, energy, and charisma. And we have our King of Wands, inspirational elixir, leadership, creativity, and fiery passion. Sipping this cocktail invites you to step confidently into your power, take charge of your ideas, and bring them to life with vision and determination. It hints at a night of bold decisions and assertive actions, urging you to channel your inner fire into something truly extraordinary. Lovely. All right, so that is our Graveyard Bar Tarot. Fun and whimsical. Whoops, how come I have these? Oh, where am I? Oh, I see. I started to put them the wrong way around. Anyway, there we go. Haha, that's better. So yeah, fun and whimsical, great card stock, really interesting deck. Obviously, you don't have to mix drinks with this thing. You can just use it as a regular tarot deck. And I have a feeling these two are just kind of extra cards, but they're really quite cool. I really quite do like them. I'd actually love to see an entire deck just with the characters on it. Never mind the drinks, but just with the ghoulish characters. Maybe they could do that for next year. Anyway, so yeah, so that is this. If you saw a card and you would love to know the recipe on the back, just let me know, and I'll be glad to put that down there for you in the comments. Not a big deal. Yeah, so there we go. I will leave the I don't know if they have a website. I think they do. They definitely have a Facebook page on there as well, but I'll put the links there. Like I said, this was a Kickstarter. So, the campaign is closed now, but quite often what happens with these things is it'll get picked up and put out into the general population, like as a mass-produced one a little bit. The quality is not usually as good as what you get on the Kickstarter version, but you never know. So keep an eye out. Maybe they'll do that at some point. But sometimes they also have some leftover stock, and sometimes they'll put it on their website, to purchase. But I will try and find the link for their website and their Facebook page and whatnot, and I'll put it down below in case you want to pick up one of these things for yourself. They do also have a recipe book with this as well. I didn't bother with that. I got the digital copy, but they do have like an actual paperback copy there as well. But I found that's probably not necessary since everything is already on the cards. So you can use these as just regular readings, or you can pull like one card, just something for inspiration, and then mix up a magical elixir for yourself. But there we go, guys. I thank you guys for watching. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. But I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.